many unbearable hours later.
There are some things that Black men can work on to be more viable partners, for what you're lacking in education and your wages and things like that. I think you need to raise your accountability. You need to raise your transparency. You need to raise your communication. There are other areas that could be worked on to where we're kind of meeting up on the same level. And I heard somebody say earlier that Black women are not desirable. That's not true. Black women are actually just the most racially loyal of any race. We're extremely loyal to Black men, and a lot of us are not interested in dating outside of Black men. However, when we look at the choices, yeah, it does cause for some concern. And then um when we date their potential, or we're dating them and we're thinking we're going to get together and be a team, and the shit doesn't work out, then those same Black men turn around to us and wag their finger and say, you should have chose better.
Do you think women are more vain than men, or as vain?
You mean like intentional?
Yeah, like so we'd be like her body not right, or she not pretty enough, or whatever, right? Those could be some things you might disqualify a woman from. But it sounds like they'll be like your education not right, your look not right, your height not right, uh your pipe game might not be right. What else? A gang of extra shit. I kind of feel like we'll take two or three things and work with the rest, but everything got to line up to the people that say it's not enough, man. That's what I'm asking. Do y'all think who
I
y'all
think
think is more vain?
I think if you really pay attention to those game shows where they pop in the balloons and stuff, it's a lot of people that's not in those younger girls' generation commenting on their experience as young women and what they have to go through to get to the point of, whatever they have to go through in their 20s to get to their maturity that they need to be in their 30s. But when you see the older women in there that's like in their 30s and 40s, depending on your generation, they tell those women, like, you're being shallow, like, you don't have enough depth. You're looking on the surface. These are things that you're going to regret in the future. These are mistakes that we just have to make as women. So I do feel like sometimes they throw the younger women out there and use them as examples as if this is what the mature crowd is doing. But it's not all. I don't think it's when I hear like women in their 30s and 40s talks, like late 30s and 40s, they seem like they're like they not on the like they not thinking like that. They not thinking like, oh, he has to do this. He have to do this. It's a specific career, and you got this, and you got that. One girl, lady was just on there because the girl was like, I don't want an electrician. I mean, a truck driver. That's boring. That's boring. She was 24. So the 30-year-old woman had to check her. She was like, that is irking my soul right now because you're disqualifying him for a job, but that man can actually bring stability to your life to where you can do the job that you want to do. So
Yeah.
I do feel like a lot of that is the, younger generation.
I think what happens, uh, in my opinion, as both men and women, as we go through experience dating and stuff like that, so both women make mistakes, or maybe they become single mothers. Men also become baby daddies. We both get kids for with different people, whatever the situation is. So what happens is women make mistakes, men make mistakes, right? We both get older. But if you get a 35-year-old woman versus a 35-year-old man, women start demanding more. It's not like, you know what, I was with a, which is okay, but the issue is, do you still think you qualify? Do you think you deserve whatever you're asking for, right? And then women usually say, oh, I was younger, I didn't know, I made mistakes, that's why I have two kids by two different men, but now I think I deserve a man who's gonna wait till marriage for us to be intimate. I deserve a first class dinner date, first date, blah blah. So they have all these standards, right? And they're like, don't judge me for my past, don't judge me for my mistakes. They want people to give them grace, to show them, to be kind. It's like, I don't care what I did in my past. I still deserve these. The men should do this. The men should do that. I still deserve blah, 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 blah. This, it's like their hearts, the older they get, their standards get bigger and bigger. Now, as men, I speak for men because I'm a man, right? When we are dating younger, we make all the mistakes, or women use us for free dinner dates. They ghost us, they don't call us back, they cheat on us, maybe we have kids, blah 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 blah. But the issue is, as we get older, most men realize, you know what, I'm really attracted to women with a big behind, big booty, beautiful bodies. But I've realized that didn't get me no peace, that didn't get me nowhere. It was toxic, stuff like that. So most men, as they get older, all they ask for is a good, pretty much okay, average looking woman who's gonna give them peace. It's like our standards go a little bit lower. Now we place more emphasis on the peace. We want a peaceful woman. We don't want to fight. We don't want any arguments. We don't want like a masculine woman. It's like our standards come down a little bit. We don't even care about too much how good looking she is, as long as we have a good time and she's fun and no arguments. But then as a man, I cannot explain to a woman that, hey, listen, women use me for free dinner dates and they took advantage of me and this and that. So that means I'm not going to take you out on expensive dinner dates until I get to know you. But women don't want to listen to that. They don't care about what other women put you through. They say you gotta you gotta heal first, and you need to seek therapy. Who hurt you? They always throw out the whole who hurt you, especially when you try to explain what you've been through with other women. They're like, oh, you need to deal with your trauma. So men are not given grace. Women don't listen to the bad experiences we've been to. They don't show us grace. They don't care. They're like, I like what I like. I want the rich man. I want this. I want this. I don't care what you went through with other women. I don't care if other women used you for free dinner dates. I still expect it from you. It's like we don't get the grace and the kindness and the understanding. But women, on the other hand, as they get older, their standards jump higher, but they still expect you to understand what they went through and the mistakes and what other guys took them through.
So DJ,
Yes.
thank you for popping up tonight. What's your thoughts on this?
So I got a lot of thoughts on this. There's a lot of reasons why I agree with that woman in the clip. Mass incarceration, unemployment, education, the gender gap. There's a lot of reasons why Black men are disenfranchised. Does that mean that it's all their fault? No. A lot of that is not their fault. However, there are some things that Black men can work on to be more viable partners, for what you're lacking in education and your wages and things like that. I think you need to raise your accountability. You need to raise your transparency. You need to raise your communication. There are other areas that could be worked on to where we're kind of meeting up on the same level. And I heard somebody say earlier that Black women are not desirable. That's not true. Black women are actually just the most racially loyal of any race. We're extremely loyal to Black men, and a lot of us are not interested in dating outside of Black men. However, when we look at the choices, yeah, it does cause for some concern. And then when we date men, um, when we date their potential, or we're dating them and we're thinking we're going to get together and be a team, and the shit doesn't work out, then those same Black men turn around to us and wag their finger and say, you should have choose better. So now that Black women are trying to choose better and do better, we're also getting criticized for that. So it's kind of like we can't really win, right? Because when we try to really pick a candidate that is more evenly yoked with us, whether it is that we're talking about financial stability, or the lines of communication, or a little bit more progressive in his way of thinking, whatever it is, when we sit there and uphold our standards, we're being too tough. We think we all of that, you know? And then if we're more lenient in that, we end up with then all the black men throw their hands up and say, that's him. That's him. That's not me. You chose wrong.
But that's true, because there's nothing wrong with having standards. The question is, do you deserve the standards that you're asking for? I want a body. I want an IG model. I wish I could have one of them. You know, the IG, Instagram models? I wish I could have one of them. Do I deserve one? Do I qualify for one? Probably not. You know, I want a woman who looks like Alicia Keys. Do I deserve one? Can I handle one? Do I qualify for one? Probably not. Case in point, a woman has 2 kids by 2 different men, but she expects a man with no kids to understand her situation and everything she went through in the past, and also come and pay for her and her 2 kids from 2 different men. And if he doesn't, then he's sassy, he's gay, he doesn't understand you got standards. It's like, no, you can deserve and want whatever you want. The question is, do you qualify? The question is, are you going to get it? Because we want what we want. But life is going to give you what you deserve, what you negotiate. Am I saying that there are no guys with no kids with single mothers? They're there. But I'm saying, if we're going to be realistic, I want an Instagram body right now, a 10. Do I deserve or qualify her? Probably not. But I am real enough to realize I probably don't qualify or make the amount of money. I'm not Drake. So the kind of women Drake can get, I cannot get them. You know, so it's not about just, your standards are too high. It's you are asking an average man for things you want from a 1% man, but you can't even get the 1% man, but you want the average man to give you the 1% lifestyle. Anyway, man, those are my thoughts. Quick rant. Full link down below to the Lapif Network. What do you guys think? Comment down below, subscribe. Peace.